guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lanre. If you have not already done so, please like, subscribe and share. So today I'm going to be kind of talking about my story of sexual manipulation. So this is just kind of a way of me healing. It's just the process of my healing. Basically, step one is speak your truth. So basically kind of like, if you know you have till you know you have a problem, the first step is knowing you have a problem. Yes, basically. So this is not to do anything but just basically telling my story and making sure that this is not done to anybody else, and making sure that, I don't know who really watches me, but if there are little ones who watch me, then they learn from my story. And yeah, so let's start from the beginning. So basically, if you notice, I don't really talk about my dad. My dad and I don't have a relationship. So basically, as a child, he wasn't there. It was just my mom. And so when I keep saying that, if you don't know, I have a podcast, and I keep saying in the podcast that the foundation of a girl's confidence starts with her father. That's what I feel like. It's my opinion. Everybody's opinion is different. And that's why I keep saying it's very important for women to be careful who they have kids with, and make sure that the man you have kids with will be able to implant that foundation onto the child. And since my father was I call him a sperm donor. No shade to him, but it's just realistic. And he just wasn't there. So I had nobody to kind of show me that no matter what everybody else says I'm beautiful, no matter what I think I'm a beautiful girl. And I didn't realize that till now. Because I basically, at that time, I was kind of skinny, so I didn't have boobs or butt or anything, and every time I had a crush on a guy, nobody liked me back. So I felt kind of ugly. I don't know if it's ugly, I just didn't believe in myself. I didn't have confidence that I was beautiful no matter what. And so I would seek attention from men to give me that. I don't know if that makes sense. So basically, anybody who gives me attention, no matter the age, I will basically just jump, So the church I was going to at that time, there was this, let's call it a space sex offender. He basically, if you look in his records, he has been in jail for this reason a number of times. I don't know why he was allowed around kids, but yeah. So one time, my mom and we didn't know then that it was. So my mom and I went to his house, and my mom and his wife, he's married. Yeah, he's married. We're talking like kind of behind me, and I was on the couch, and he came to sit beside me on the couch, and he was tickling me in inappropriate places. Yeah, inappropriate places. And he was like, "Oh, don't you like me? I know you like it." Mind you, I was 16. And then he gave me his number, and then he was basically like, I guess he was starting. What I noticed about this guy is he studies his victims, finds their weak spot, and plays upon it. So I don't know, if you ask me today how he succeeded in manipulating, I don't know. I can't even tell you. So he basically started his implantation of only God knows what, and he started texting and things like that. And even one time he came with his kids when my mom wasn't there. He asked me if my mom wasn't there. I was still under 18, and then he was like, "Oh, I want to come see you." Then he came again, did the same thing, started touching me. Now he was more bolder, and he was like, "I know you like it, bruh." And now I smile, but before I've been crying for all out. I'm kind of tired of crying, so that's why I'm just like smiling. Unless I cry, I'll smile. I mean, nothing else for me to do. So then something happened where he was taken to jail for somebody else in the church, and at that time, because I was so infatuated, I'm not gonna say I'm in love with him because you know what, I was still infatuated. I don't know like how the person knew. I feel like this guy was his best friend at that time, and I feel like he was telling the guy things, and maybe the guy didn't say anything till it was done to his daughter. And because they knew a lot of information, like he told me to get a new email so he can correspond with it on there and things like, and they knew a lot of information, but I was denying. I was like, no, because I was infatuated. I was like, I wasn't giving them attitude. I said, no, he didn't do anything to me. Anyways, he went to jail for a year for that guy, but now I went back to his records. He was never charged. This guy has some good lawyers, because this is the second time he's been to jail and wasn't charged. Then I found out it happened again in Ohio, and I found out recently that when he came out of that one situation, he was on probation for 5 years. He didn't even listen to his probation, because he came out in October 17th 2012, and I will always remember that day because I regret that day for the rest of my life, is when I lost my virginity to him. I was 17. I was 17 years old. This man is claiming he's 35. We know you're not 35. You've been 35 for years. 5 years. Like you're probably 40. Probably lied about his age when he came here. And you're going after little girls. And now I'm seeing, like, because now his cases are up. He's going after little girls as low as 7, 6. I don't even know if it's 5. I don't know, because the prosecutor was pissed. Well, now she's pissed. She's like, I don't understand why this man is still out. Well, nah. But he was going after him, and that day I remember we went to somebody's house that he was taking care of his house, and like this man didn't even do foreplay, nothing, just went in dry, and it was so painful. I was yelling, stop, this is not playful. Stop. No, I was kicking, and he is like 3 times my size, mind you. So I was kicking, stop, and he just wasn't listening. Then he got, I don't know if he got halfway, and I think he finished or something, I don't remember, and he was like, we'll finish it some other time. He's like, oh, are you sure you're a virgin? Because you didn't bleed. Ah. Not so pado. This guy has mouth audacity. I don't know if it's because now every time I say this story, this is the second time I'm recording this. I was crying last time, couldn't even do it. This is the second time I'm recording this. And now I'm just thinking about it, I'm just like, did this guy really? Yeah. I'm just like, I don't know how he even got me back again for the second time, because this like infatuationship, that's what it's called, happened for years, even after I turned 18. I don't know why exactly I was still going back. Like if you ask me now, I don't know. But I know even I will intentionally do things to try and break it off, but he will still come back. I don't know why I wasn't so bold, or I don't know. And the whole thing is because I was just so desperate for somebody to love me. I was so desperate because my dad, it's just the way he acted, it didn't seem like he wanted me. Oh, yeah, he didn't want me. He's not really interested in kids. And he didn't even tell me, he didn't care about me, my dad. So I was looking for the attention in anybody who gave it to me. Even when I was still 17, there was still another guy that I liked. This one I thought was consensual, but now that I read the rules, anybody, if you're under the age of 18, it's not consensual. I was kind of, I thought this guy was gonna marry him. He was 28, and I was like talking to him, and we're doing sexual things. And this one, didn't want anybody to know. So every time we were in school, I won't, if he went to my school by the way, I wouldn't be able to hold his hand because he didn't want anything to know, because he knew it was illegal. He knew it was illegal, but he was still doing it anyways. Okay. And then relationship went on till maybe, I don't know how long that, it's not even a relationship, it was just, I guess to me it was a relationship, to him it was just sex. So it went on for a while till he found out I couldn't sign for him because he was looking for papers, something stupid. Then he left. Then the one that took my virginity, I don't know if he hacked my phone, he found out that I was sleeping with this guy. I was still under something, and he was like, oh, you didn't even use protection? Mind you, he didn't even want to use protection. You cheating on me? You nigga, you're married. Cheating on you? What is this? You cheating on me? And then he kept mentioning this one girl. Not that when I told the police, they knew her too. So I'm guessing she was one of the victims, or his victims. And she was like, yeah, the girl, she was so loyal to me. She even went to go fight my wife. You have mouth to... I pity the... Even is the wife for me. It's the wife for me. That you sit down in that marriage and tolerate such disrespect. Some young girl under the age came to come and fight you. That should tell you your husband is a pedophile, because I'm mean, this is like what, third time he's been arrested for this, and you still married to him because, okay, and mind you, these people were you will never know the way they carry themselves, act all nice, act like they will do everything for you, so that when you get them in trouble, they'll be like, I bought you this, I bought they bought all of them. The manipulation is the whole family. Even his mom manipulation. That mother you have failed as a mother. For your child to be going after little girls, you have failed as a mother. That whole family, now I'm just thinking about everything. All of them were so manipulated. Oh, I bought you this. Why you gonna report the police? Kiniko. Hey, I bought you this. Yeah, but after all I've done for you, she came to eat my house and she has the audacity to come and You're going to sit down and realize that your husband is the problem. You're blaming everybody, and she will always cover his stuff up. No problem. And he was telling me I was cheating on him. Because the other girl was loyal. After everything done to me, I don't even know what he was doing at that time. Maybe paying $40. Because at the end of the day, when I was older, he was the one asking me for money. So I don't know what he did to me. After everything I've done to you, you cheat on me. You didn't even use protection. You can give me disease. Kiniko. The irony or hypocrisy? I don't even know what. I laugh now. Yes, that was crying. I laugh now. And then yeah, so I don't know, he found, every time I was talking to someone else, he'll find out, and like every time I was trying to break it off, he'll manage. Sometimes my mom would forget to lock the door, and no, my mom never locked the door, because I would go to school late sometimes, depending on one of my classes, and so I would wake up later. This guy would open the door, and he was short. So he was shorter, so he would climb the bunk bed, and he would wake me up and be like, yeah, let's go. Like, and now, and this relationship went on for a year. Infatuationship, not relationship. Went on over for years till one time I saw a text from, the last time I did it with him, I saw a text from somebody I knew that was close to me, and I had a suspicion that he was already doing it with these people, but you know, because I was so infatuated, I would just dismiss those feelings. And I was like, why are you texting her? And he lied. And then I went to go ask her, like, why is he texting you? And she like came up with some kind of story. Anyways, later on, basically last year, 2 of his other victims came to me and told me what he did to them. And the person that was texting him, I wasn't even mad about this thing till one of them told me that he told her, you're an illegal immigrant. Who's gonna believe you? And your mom doesn't like you. Wow. the other one, same thing. And some of the other victims, sometimes they'll be in his house, just like because, you know, maybe they're staying because they don't have any other accommodations, and he will leave his room and go do it with them and come back. And as a wife, you don't notice your husband is living in that bed. Okay, no problem. And now I'm watching his case. He has 11 counts. 11 counts. So that means 11 people have called and said that this man has victimized them. 11 people. And some of them are male. So he has like boys, girls, as long as you're little. And I'm just like, this whole thing, I didn't think was a big deal. I'm just starting to realize like it's affecting me now. In a way that I'm married, if you know, my husband loves me, but it would take me, for example, if he says, "Oh, I love you," I'm like, "No, I love you." Like I'll mumble, as if I'm preventing myself to be loved, and I'm preventing him from knowing I love him because I don't want him to hurt me. Like, this kind of situation is not just one and done. This kind of things stays with you for a long time. I'm gonna get therapy for it. I'm just waiting for them to call me back. But I want everybody, every girl that's watching this, because I knew he was gonna do some other girls, and I warned them. And fortunately for them, they actually listened to me. And when he proposed the question on them, they both said no. You know, one of them was a 14-year-old girl, and he didn't even care. He asked her, "Do you want my sugar baby?" Mind you, he has a daughter who's 14. He has a daughter who's 14, and he wants to do something else with another 14-year-old. And he asked this 14-year-old, and she was like, "No, thank you." You know what? I thought people who are criminals have like calculations. He's become so sloppy with his crimes. I don't know if it's because he always finds a good lawyer to dismiss the case, because almost twice he was arrested, the cases were dismissed. I have no idea why. I want to see how he's gonna come out of this one. This is 11 counts, and I'm glad that people are now coming out in such a time where we can watch this on the internet, so we can see what's going on. Because of Corona, nobody's in the court. They put it on Zoom, and then they stream it on YouTube. So we can see, we can smell your dirty laundry. And the problem is, I had so much respect for his wife. So much. But it was all of a facade. That's why, be careful who you compare yourself to. Be careful who you look up to. Be careful not to just, things on social media, it's not as it is. And I keep saying it. They weren't on social media. But you would see them and you think they're the nicest people in the world. They are actually the most manipulative, the most demonic. And I'm just like, and sometimes I'm like, God, why did I have to go through all this stuff? And that wasn't even it though. A different instance when I was 18 with a different person. This guy was dating, he was engaged to somebody in Nigeria, but he was like, oh, he found me on Facebook because he was close friends with the other guy that I dated at 17. Well, dating, you know, whatever that was. Well, he wasn't close friends, but they were kind of, they knew each other, but they were not close friends. But he was it was like, oh yeah, he and his fiance are having problems, blah 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 blah. And so like we'll mess around. This time I was 18, so we'll mess around, but we'll never, you know, do anything. And one day he puts on a condom, and I'm like, why are you putting on a condom before just messing? He's like, oh, just in case. This guy went all the way, and I was saying stop, moving him, saying stop. I was like, hey, stop. He didn't listen to me. So I just laid there and I waited for him to finish. If a woman is not reciprocating the sexual intercourse, shouldn't you know it's not consensual? And after that, he was like, oh, me and my girlfriend got back together. I don't want to talk to you anymore. Or no, even he just said like, me and my girlfriend got back together. Lara, you think you learn? Just because I wanted to be loved, though. If my father had only done his job, the one job he was supposed to do, which is implant the love, the confidence in me, this all would have never happened. Like, never happened. Anyways, now going back to now. To all the little girls who you think because you don't have certain qualities and you see people on social media and they have those kind of qualities, it doesn't matter. Every day, look in the mirror and tell yourself you're beautiful. Tell yourself you're beautiful every day, and one day you're gonna believe it. Don't ever let any man come and tell you that they will take care of you. Ever. Don't ever let anyone, if you have to pick up 2 jobs, 2 shifts, whatever you need to do, and take care of yourself. Because they will manipulate you into doing whatever they want you to do. So just don't let it happen, basically. Like I said, you're beautiful, you're smart, and nobody needs to tell you that. Tell yourself that. You don't need a man to tell you how you look. You don't need anybody to tell you how you look. Just believe in yourself. You can do whatever you want to do. Just put your heart into it. You do not need anybody. You just need yourself. To women, if you know you've married a pedophile, you stay in that marriage and you cover his shit up, God is watching you with 3D glasses. And what goes around comes around. Just because God doesn't speak, doesn't say anything, doesn't mean anything. Just know. And you have children for him. What are you teaching your children? What are you teaching your girls? What are you teaching your boys? To stay with men who like kids? Karma is a bitch. To churches who know that these men have a criminal record and they're not supposed to be around children, but they keep quiet. You see, criminals go to places where they feel more comfortable. They go to places where they're comfortable. You know, this guy has been in this, and you put your mouth in the situation to try and rectify whatever. When somebody keeps blaming somebody for something, not once, not twice, there's some truth to it. There is some truth to it. But you are taking his side in the court case. That's shady. That's some shady behavior. That's some shady behavior. To the African community, because this African community, you know that he does these things to little children. You know. But you want to mind your business. Oh, let me mind my business. Me, I don't know anything. Let me mind my business. And then when everybody's like, I knew he was doing this. Can you see your mouth? I knew he. So you knew before, but you kept quiet about it. When we are supposed to keep quiet, though, we don't keep quiet. When we are supposed to not keep quiet, is when we want to keep quiet. That's not something you keep quiet of. Because what if your own little girl? I don't even know what to say to him. To all those people who have been victimized by these kind of things, you matter. You matter. Speak your truth. Get therapy. Don't say, oh, I'm African, I don't need therapy. Get therapy. Speak your truth. And you matter too. It's not your fault. It will never be his fault. It should be his fault, because he should be knowing he shouldn't go after little girls. To his mother, shame on you. To his wife, shame on you. And this is not just to this only individual, because I know there's a lot of people who do this kind of thing. All of you that do that kind of thing, you see, God doesn't say anything, but look at how God just did it. First time he wasn't incriminated, second time he wasn't incriminated, and now 11 people have called, and the prosecutor, she did not want to be messed with. I love her. I love it. We love to see it. She every time during the court case, she's like, She is not one to be played with. She ain't it. She ain't the one. Hope he's not coming out. She's like, this amount of cases is a life sentence. So hopefully he gets it, because he will never change. No matter how much he comes out, he's gonna do. If somebody can come out, he basically came out and was on probation. Not even a month he came to come and do it to me. If somebody can come out, he would never change. He's not sorry. He doesn't give a damn. All he does is pays lawyers. Not even where he gets money from. He pays lawyers and he comes out. He needs to be there in life. And I hope when he gets into that prison, you know, because prison, what spreads around, they do what he likes to do to little girls from the back to him, because karma is the B word. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. This is very personal to me and I'm smiling about it now, but best believe I have cried, I'm tired of crying. I'm just gonna let my scars fade. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I hope if you have been victimized, call the authorities, you report your case, you get therapy, you get whatever shelter you need to do, and you matter no matter what anybody says. I'll see you guys in my next video.